to a regulation so we can get everyone to do it. Not only planting it, but also to take care and be responsible. For example, the government can give certificates for everyone who have planted their trees so they can always be responsible. We have been quiet for a long time. It is time for us to speak up. It is time for us to stop burning our forest. It is time for us to care more about our trees and not trading them for money, because those money doesn't mean anything if we die because of running out of oxygen. It is time for us to save our forests and make Indonesia cleaner and greener. That's all for me. Thank you and have a
Kita akan mendengarkan pertanyaan yang akan disampaikan oleh kalian adalah Justin.
Yes.
Alright. You may give your question.
Well done, Christine. Very impassioned speech. I don't believe that you weren't interested in the environment before. Yeah, it's not just Indonesia. I mean, the Amazon in Brazil is being burned to make land available for farming cows, and so we can have cheap hamburgers. What do you think would be an appropriate punishment for people that deliberately burn the forests?
I think by going to prison and having some fine is already enough. But unfortunately, they don't do it here. And it's sad to say that the government also, involved, in this burning forest. And it's really sad because they're part of Indonesia, and to see them like they don't care about our environment and our lives as Indonesian, it's just really sad to me.
Thank you very much. Well done.
Kamu dari Bandung.
No, the thing that moves me from that song is no matter how small it is, it could give a big impact in our life. My name is Tita Erlangga and I come from SMA in Love and Baru. Today I'm going to talk about what exactly the students do to make Indonesia become cleaner and greener in the future through my speech entitled We Are the Movement. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as you've seen in the social media, the realities that have been through multi-haste due to the forest fire for like months. Well, I witnessed it happen. The urgent yellow and even water concentration of the ambient reached 836 micrograms per cubic meter. Yes, 836. Not just that, but even a baby that was just 3 days old died because of infection. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the thing about this forest fire, it didn't just happen once, but it happened continuously years over years since 1998. Now, I'm talking to the young generation of Indonesia. Am I right? In other words, I'm talking to the future leaders of Indonesia. So, future leaders of Indonesia, please listen to me now. We have to realize that whatever is going on in Indonesia right now, including this forest fire, because it is our responsibility to prevent it to be happening in the future. So I have two solutions. The first one is the trees. In such a technological world where people are living and working for themselves, only trees are living for benefiting others. For example, trees could supply oxygen. Trees could absorb the harmful gases. Trees could give the ecosystem of the living natures. Now, ladies and gentlemen, these trees maybe already got burned down, but we could still restore it. By what? By planting a tree. This movement already applies by a lot of countries, and just like what they did in their country, we need to do it on a massive scale. In other words, I need all of you participate on it. No matter where you come from, Jakarta, Palembang, Medan, Bali, you need to work together or it won't happen at all. So now we're coming to the next solution, which is the collaboration between the social media and the movement. Do you have any social media account? Yeah, almost all of us have them. But the thing about social media is people assuming that it's media for hate speech, books, or any other social media abusements. But let me tell you, it is more than that. Recently, an influencer named Karim Fulda, or also known as Karim, posted some of her pictures during Kalimantan because of the forest fire. And do you know what was the response from the public? Almost 350,000 people liked those posts. And imagine, ladies and gentlemen, imagine if those people would be inspired to do the same thing as her. Imagine how many people would be more up onto the environmental crisis like this. Not just including pictures, but you could use some hashtags too. You could share it to your friends or families or any other things like that. Because honestly, simple things like that really have a big meaning behind it. Ladies and gentlemen, trees are more important than it seems. And it is not left for us to rely about it right now. We just have to act as soon as we go. Just like what Oichi once said, beginning is always now. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Cinta berliana, pekan baru, tepuk tangannya. Cinta berliana ini kalau dia pergi ke Inggris namanya jadi Love Diamond. Ya bener ya. Susah sekali sih ngejok sama kalian, ketawa dong. Baik, cinta berliana. Sini boleh? Kita akan sekarang mendengarkan pertanyaan dari judge yaitu Buster. Oh ya, Oke, silakan. Please.
Thank you. So another good speech about the environment. Very nice. I've never been to Pekanbaru before.
Yes.
Could you tell me a little bit about your city and maybe what the environment is like there, please?
Okay, so Pekanbaru is the capital city of Riau. And because of this is capital city of Riau, it had a lot of facilities on it. And what you thought about the capital city, of course it had a lot of things that you could find there, such as malls or anything that you could do that you could find. Yeah, I think that's all.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Oke, that's all. Thank you, Tessa Friends. Ya, tepuk tangan untuk judge kita.
How about more than one phone? Who's the phone collector here? Alright, last question. Who here thinks that a 17 million phone is way too expensive? Alright, thank you. Well, I would like to apologize to the fans, but we are all mindless. Even me. That price is way too cheap for what I went through. But we all know the economical principle. We have to buy the cheapest price for the best quality. But have you ever realized the sad truth behind the making of one phone? Factories have to burn and release toxic materials and gas into the atmosphere. Imagine the children living beside those factories. They have to go through polluted water, not being able to breathe in their own house, or not able to eat from their own soil because it's contaminated. We are just one of the lucky ones that can still breathe fresh air. But when you bought those items, did you think of the children? Good afternoon, audience and judges. My name is Audi Tanjung. I'm from Stella K Senior High School, Yogyakarta, and today I'll be talking about how our lifestyle can help save the environment. The story of the mobile phone and its factory is sad because people don't appreciate the process for fulfilling one's human greed. We're never satisfied with what we have, so we recklessly have a consumptive lifestyle by buying things that we don't need, such as 5 lipsticks, 3 cars, 4 mobile phones. And what do we do with these things? We buy, we enjoy, we trash, and repeat all and on again, without even thinking where it goes or where it came from. I mean, why would one person need 5 lipsticks when you only have 1 lip?
Do you know that children in India have to go through pain and even death in mining just one of the ingredients in makeup? Not to mention that mining could cause a lot of waste on the surface and could often become toxic when come in contact with the water or the air. Without realizing, our consumptive lifestyle is not only wasteful towards our wallet, but also the environment. Just think about it. We blame big companies for deforestation or overuse of plastic, but how about our lifestyle? We are the one who put pressure on factories to produce what we want and what we need. Why do people think that using 5 lipstick makes you look prettier? Or that using 3 cars makes you look richer, that we're cool enough to destroy our one and only earth? Let's not have our lifestyle, because if we buy less, factory will produce less. But if we buy more, factory might exploit nature for us. And if you haven't known, the other side of the planet is currently paying the price in pain. And we will be next, unless we do something about it. So you're probably thinking, what can I do to help save the environment? Well, firstly, is to be wise when buying things. Many people have the mindset that we need to have the latest technology to look cool and live. However, you won't die just because you don't have the latest phone. But other people will suffer just finding one part of the phone itself. So think before you buy, and don't think it as a consumptive lifestyle. Make sure that it's a need and not a want. Secondly, is that we have to be aware that even our daily habits could destroy the environment, such as using a motorcycle to travel a 1 kilometer distance could cause a lot of carbon dioxide. So take a walk instead. It's really healthy. Another thing that you could do, of course, use public transport, because one bus can accommodate 30 people instead of having 30 people use individual cars. Of course, another thing that you can do is bring eco-friendly stuff. For example, in Stella Senior High School and my foundation, Terra Canita, we've implemented the campaign of less plastic, no styrofoam. This has affected many children, including me. Every time I go out, I would always bring my own grocery bag, my own water bottle, and this has become a habit of mine that I share with my family, and now I'm sharing with you all. So I want to challenge you all to do this hashtag Operation Save the Earth, because we don't have much time, and changing a mindset is not easy. Therefore, we need to have strong principle towards eco-friendly lifestyle. And if you haven't known, the Republic of Kiribati is estimated sinking in the year 2100 due to the rising of sea level. And Indonesia might be next, unless we do something about it. Thank you.
Mau di Marena Tanjung, Yogyakarta. Ya Jogja, itu ada siapa aja itu? Gak tahu siapa loh. Oh nggak kelihatan. Nggak kelihatan. Oh John nyerah. Oh ya bagus. Ada pacar kamu nggak kira-kira? Nggak punya pacar. Udah kita ke dia dulu sekarang. Alright, judge, please now it's who's turn? Michael?
Yeah. All right. Thank you for your very interesting speech on lifestyle and environment. What I want to ask you is, do you think that the setup of Jakarta, with all of its malls and shopping centres, actually encourages us to be bigger consumers than perhaps we should be?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, so the question is, do you think it's difficult to not be a consumer in Jakarta, given that the setup of the city is we're full of malls and shopping centres, so it's kind of hard to avoid at times?
All right, thank you for the question. I believe that in Jakarta it's really hard because there are a lot of bill shops, not just big shops. I mean, big shops, there are shops that already implemented cassava plastic bag, which can dissolve in just one. But however, there are some little shops, like example markets, that don't use those stuff, and it's really hard to change their mindset because they have grown with it. So it's going to be a hard and a tough thing to change, but it's possible.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Alright, thank you Michael. Dan Audi Marena Tanjung dari Yogyakarta, semoga kamu sukses ya. Alright, thank area masih dari Jawa Tengah ya. Ini ada seseorang yang datang dari Semarang. Oke. Langsung saja kita sambut, please welcome Aditya Manggala, SMA 3 Semarang.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Honorable judges, committee, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Jakarta. Jakarta is a great city with so many things to experience. The night skyline, the many kinds of different people will meet along the way. But let us first take a moment to appreciate Jakarta's latest achievement. Jakarta has been declared by Greenpeace as the worst air polluted city in Southeast Asia. Give a round of applause. It's a bad thing, right? You don't need to appreciate that thing. You see, even before coming to Jakarta, my mother told me, son, don't ever forget to wear your mask when you're outdoor. The air is so bad in Jakarta. And I said to myself, is the air really that bad? Apparently it is. The air is so bad, it hurts our respiration systems. It triggers the cancer cells within our body. And if we stay for a long term of time, it reduces our life expectancy in general. You've heard of this before, that forests are burning, that ecosystems are collapsing. Climate change is happening. Many people have taken it to the streets, protesting to government, politicians, to companies. But I think it's just too easy to complain on them. Meanwhile, their actions resemble us as a community, us individually. You see, the reason why Amazon forest is intentionally set on fire was because they wanted to have more space, for them to have more farm, for them to produce more food. Or the reason why companies keep pumping out production on plastic is because us as a community finds it convenient to use single-use plastic and just throw it away once we don't need it anymore. You see, these big, stellar, seemingly unsolvable problems started small within ourselves. But this also tells us, if we can create small, meaningful changes, our small steps can snowball into a big leap of humanity achieving Earth sustainability. The question remains, how can we, as students and future generations, contribute in making Indonesia cleaner and greener? It's easy to just dismiss students, say, you're too young, you should just study now and later in life you can contribute. But I think even right now, students have potential. Potential, by definition, means an unrealized ability to do things. And the only place we're trapped on right now is a space called comfort zone. As long as we can stop being lazy and wake up, we can get out of our comfort zone and start making meaningful changes. When you order your food from your favorite canteen, stop being lazy, wake up. Try to bring your own reusable bottles or lunch boxes so you don't throw away more waste. When you study about trees, about ecosystems, about Earth, stop being lazy, wake up. Try to actually plant trees, don't just read about them. Take care of plants around your house, around your neighborhoods, around your school. One tree really helps. When you order your favorite food and you put it on your plate, apparently you feel full already. Stop being lazy, wake up, try to share those food, don't throw away food. Indonesia has been declared as the second largest contributor of food waste in the entire world. Food that was supposed to go to other people instead turned into greenhouse gases that will only make our climate change worse. Or if you want to study tomorrow, you have a test, you really want to have a good score, stop being lazy and sleep. Don't just wake up. You see, sleeping is good for your brain, you refreshing your mind. But please do not forget before you sleep, you try to set a timer so your air conditioning can automatically turn off. This makes it easier for you to save energy and save environment. I have done a lot of things that I said. But once we throw it out there and make this a norm, we can start reminding each other to do small changes. This fight is particularly important for us future generations because I cannot find why is it necessary to study, to have good scores, to win competitions. If in the future we cannot have fresh air to breathe, if we cannot have a safe and comfortable place to live on. So yes, This fight to save our environment is the same fight to save our lives. And I invite you guys to fight beside me. Judges, Erlangga, for the future of our earth, thank you.
Aditya Manggala Semarang. Alright, good, perfect. Sekarang kita akan beralih kepada judge. Boleh kali ini Justin without Bieber. Please.
Don't mention the Bieber word.
Oh yeah, alright. Sorry.
How old are you? Added class.
Pardon?
How old are you?
I'm 18. I'm a little bit too old for a 12th grader.
You're 12th grade. Okay.
Yeah.
Don't talk about too old.
I'm sorry.
So sensitive. Sorry, Justin.
I teach in various high schools, SMA, and I always encounter this attitude, well, what can I do? How, as an individual, and I like the theme of your speech, this individual responsibility and lifestyle changes. Could you just tell me, in your school, how these subjects are dealt with? Are they taught as a subject, or how are the students made aware of these issues?
Thank you, sir, for the question. I'm a proud member of 3 State Senior High School Semarang, and at my school, we have this one subject about how to manage this trash into a more useful item. But other than that, I'm proud to say that my school is also already made a rule in which we cannot bring any form of single-use plastic, and that is why we do not have single-use water bottles at our canteen. We only should have the water bottles and reusable lunch boxes.
All right, good. Well done. Thank you.
Alright, thank you, Judge. Dari Horas Bah. Mantap nih. Langsung saja dari SMA Sutomo 2 Medan, Dani Wiyata Tenggara.
One day, filthy air is what we will breathe. No longer green will we see, but gray and black. One day, it is not going to be money we fight for, but it will be ours. And it will be about preserving the environment. One day, when the rivers are all dried up, and when the trees have been cut down, ignored humans will then realize that they will not be able to eat money. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Daniel, and I'm a survivor. I grew up suffering asthma, and I still remember that during my worst asthma attack when I was 7, I nearly died. I still remember the pain, the hopelessness, and the desperation that I felt that time. I can't breathe. It felt as if an elephant is standing on my chest. And every breath that I took was so painful that I would trade off any forms of torture for that. I still remember the anxiety because I would always anticipate for my next asthma attacks. But the most important thing that I still remember is how much I value every single breath that I take. And that's why I started to live breathing. It's because I know exactly the pain of not being able to breathe, and I don't want anybody else to ever experience this pain, ever again. However, until now, hundreds of Indonesian children are still currently dying due to the unsanitary and polluted environment. Kids in Riau, they are suffocating. They're coming so bad because the air pollution heavily damaged their lungs. They can't see anything inside kids. They can't go to school. And they have to bear this pain every single day. See, scientists have proven that humans are the smartest and the wisest creatures in the history. But really, are we smart? Are we wise? Because if we're smart, then why are we still trapped in this cycle? If we're wise, why do we trade off our future for a moment of convenience? But let's just stop and see how it all started. Do you know forest in Borneo? It used to be a beautiful forest with billions of trees there. But do you know what we did to them? We burned them down. We cut them down just for money. We have burned down and cut down more than 840,000 hectares of Indonesian forest, and we still call it a revolution. Ironic. But let's take another example. Plastic. Over 60,000 pounds of plastic enters our ocean each day. Plastic is poisoning our food. It's poisoning our ocean. But let's face it, it's not plastic's fault. It's our fault. Plastic does not grow legs. They do not reproduce these tiny little cute baby plastics. All of these environmental damages are all humans' fault. But chill guys, we might not be the people who are doing all of these environmental damages, but we're the one with the power to stop this. How do we unleash our power? By shifting our mindset. How do we change? Very simple. Go green and waste less. In my own experience, I started off very simple. I refuse the thing that I do not need, reduce the thing that I do need, and reuse what I consume. I used to be a heavy plastic user, but after I know how much it affected the environment and how much it polluted the environment, I stopped. I realized that I did not need any of it. I refuse anything associated with plastic if it's unnecessary, reduce it if it's really necessary, and I replace it with reusable items instead. For example, whenever I want to go shopping, I'll bring my own canvas bag, and I will no longer need that fancy HM plastic bag. Whenever I want to go to Starbucks, I'll bring my own tumbler, and I will not use straw. These are little things that we can all start doing to save the environment. Yes, little things, but little things do matter. Because every single plastic that you use creates a demand for more. My name is Daniel. I'm a survivor. But I know my power alone is not enough to save the environment. And this is the purpose of my speech. I want you to join me to work together to make Indonesia cleaner and greener. Once again, my name is Daniel. I want to make Indonesia a better home to live in. Raise up your hand if you want to join me. Thank you.
Daniel Wiarta Tenggara. Yes, dari Medan. Boleh bergeser ke sana? Oke, sekarang kita akan mendengarkan pertanyaan dari Judge. Tessa, please.
Thank you, Daniel. Good speech. Sorry to hear about your asthma. It sounds quite a serious thing that happened. How are you dealing with your asthma now? And do you have any advice for people living in Indonesia with asthma?
So I'm going to share a bit about my personal story about asthma. Growing up with asthma is never an easy thing. I never played in rain. I never know how the taste of ice cream was until I was 11. I never got the right to adopt pets because my parents will always be skeptical and think that I might be allergic to them. Growing up, I was very suffering because I never got the things that I want from my mom and my dad. But then I was diagnosed with asthma since I was 6. I was diagnosed with hormone functions, but it wasn't very severe back then. When I was 7, I still remember that it was June 2010, when I was sleeping over in my cousin's house and my parents were out of town. I didn't bring my inhaler, I fall. At the midnight, I was wheezing so hard and I just suffocated. I could not breathe. I hysterically shouted at my auntie. And what I remember is that I fainted. From that day on, my mom, who was once skeptical and will not allow me to take medication from medical professionals, now allow me to take medication. I think I recovered a lot from that medication. I work out a lot, I exercise, even if my body doesn't seem like it, I'm too thin, but I'm working on exercises, I'm working on healthy lifestyle, I'm controlling my diet, all of that is because I don't want to be in that living hell again. Even if I still got asthma sometimes, but I think I got a lot better. And I hope that this inspires a lot of asthma survivors in Indonesia.
Thank you, Tessa. Wah, ini sangat menginspirasi sekali ya. Cerita kamu tuh tentang penyakit kamu sejak umur 6 tahun.
Ya.
And you are now 18, 17?
16.
16. Oh, jadi sudah 10 tahun dia didiagnosa asma, tapi semoga tadi tipsnya dan juga Betul, wait. Just a second. Tadi kayaknya di situ bukan Makassar ya? Oh, siapapun yang tampil, kalian dikasih ya. Makassar ada, Medan ada, Surabaya ada, gitu ya? Pantes. Kayak gitu tadi bukan Makassar sih, kayak tadi apa ya? Jogja kalau nggak salah ya? Jogja. Oh itu. Oh, oke, penonton bayaran, baik. Apa-apa yang penting kita heboh ya. Langsung aja kita sambut, please welcome Kristalia Emmanuel Tandra, SMA Raja Wali Makassar.
One day, when I was 10 years old, my dad bought me a DVD of an animated movie called The Lorax. This movie tells us a story about a boy named Ted who had a crush on a girl. But I won't be focusing on the love story. Instead, I will be focusing on the environment that this movie portrays. Ted lived in a city called Phoenixville. And in that city, aside from the human citizen, everything is completely artificial. Everything is made out of plastic. Everything is made out of metal and synthetics with no living plants. The trees that they see outside their homes are fake. Even they have to buy bottled air because there aren't any real trees that can actually produce fresh air. I began asking myself, is this the kind of future that we will have in 30 or 40 years later? Is this the kind of future that my children and grandchildren will have to face? Judging from the status quo we have, maybe. My name is Kristalia Tandra, and today I'm going to talk about what can we do as students or future generations to make Indonesia cleaner and greener. Wonderful Indonesia. That's the slogan our government used to attract tourists to come to our country. But what I see in our environment isn't wonderful at all. Polluted air in big cities. It's nearly impossible for us to go to oceans, go to the beaches without seeing any trash. Have you ever wondered, did you know that the very first plastic straw that you've ever used is still somewhere on our planet, somewhere in our oceans? People are complaining, but they never actually do anything to solve this problem. As younger generation, I believe that we have the power to make our country cleaner and greener. How? 3R. Reduce, reuse, recycle. You're probably familiar with it, right? 1. Reduce the use of plastic. An average person will go through 38,000 plastic straws in 60 years. Worldwide shoppers use 500 billion single-use plastic bags annually. And most of these plastic bags goes to the ocean, hurting the marine life. We can reduce this simply by replacing it with metal straws, reusable drinking bottles, and cloth bags. 2. Reuse a variety of goods. Buy food products that are packaged with reusable jars, reusable bottles, and recyclable plastic bags. This can also help us to save some leftovers. For example, plastics, metals, glass, electronics, you name it. Set up a recycle bin to make it easier for you to separate the recyclables and from other trash. Other contributions that we can do as young generation to help our country to become more cleaner and greener is by spreading awareness and education about the importance of keeping our environment clean. Little actions like this can create a huge impact, ladies and gentlemen. Or, if you want to participate even more, You can join in a community project that campaigns for a cleaner and greener environment. 88% of the Indonesian citizens want a clean country like Singapore. Don't just wish for it, work for it. The future that we're talking about right now will someday be our today. And we, as the younger generation, have the power to change that. In order to create a difference, something has got to change. And in that case, it's us. Thank you.
Alright, tepuk tangan untuk Kristalia Emmanuel Chandra Makassar. Lihatin ya itu Makassar ya, abis ini berubah jadi apa? Baik, sekarang waktunya untuk judge. Michael, your turn. Okay, please.
Yes, thank you very much for your very interesting speech on a cleaner and greener environment. My question to you is, if you could get everyone in today's audience to change one thing about their behaviour, what would it be?
A lot of us really underestimate the danger of plastic. One thing that I would like to change from this audience is to make them more aware, increasing their awareness about the danger of plastic. Because we use plastic every single day. It makes our life more easier, more, how do you say it, practical, right? We use plastic every single day, and most of the foods or most of the groceries that you see on the store uses plastic. And I really want all of you here, all of the audience here, to be aware that the future will soon be our today. And the future that we have in the status quo is already dying because all of these plastics. And that's something that I really want to change from the audience.
Thank you very much.
Alright, thank you Michael Miller, tepuk tangan untuk judge kita. Dan tentunya terima kasih buat Kristalia Emmanuel Chandra ya, sukses buat kamu ya. Alright, good. Oke. Nah dari Oke, belum berani naik ya, belum dapat ya. Kita kasih tahu abis Samarinda Surabaya, siap-siapin ya. Dari SMA Negeri 1 Kota Samarinda, Faiza Azahra.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. The honorable judges and audience, do you own a plant or a tree at home? Do you throw your trash in a garbage bin? If yes, then great. That means you are one step closer in helping Indonesia to be greener and cleaner. Because according to a research from the University of Georgia, Indonesia produces over 3.2 million tons of plastic waste in the ocean alone, making us the second most contaminated country in the world after China. In Sumatra and Borneo, the island I came from, they are dealing with forest fires since July, caused by the extreme drought season and worsened by the irresponsible people and company. It's gotten so bad to the point that on September 21st, the sky in Jambi were flaming red due to the overload smokes and flames. Ladies and gentlemen, this doesn't affect just on us humans, it also affects on other animals and living beings. There are a lot of marine animals such as whales, sea turtles, and other various fishes in our sea that either got caught in the trash floating around in our ocean or died from consuming the plastic waste or mistaking it as food. The forest fire has been causing hundreds of orangutans, birds, snakes, and other indigenous faunas and floras to either lose their home or died burned within the fire. As students and future generation, we are obligated to participate in saving our planet, we must start from around our own environment first. One of the way is to reduce plastic usage, which is the simplest way but shows great impact. Start from little things like replacing plastic straws with metal straws or use straws that are made with resources such as cornstarch or bamboo straws. Because straws seems harmless, right? When in fact that this little piece of plastic will last for many years in our environment, just floating around in our ocean. Same goes with plastic bags. One plastic bag takes over 200 years to finally decompose. But fortunately, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of supermarkets have also started to contribute in reducing plastic usage by replacing plastic shopping bags with more sustainable materials such as tote bags. Now we just have to continue this movement until the plastic usage in Indonesia finally reduces. Moving on, 2 days ago, on October 4th, the pollution in Jakarta was in the parameter of 187 air quality index, which categorized as unhealthy air condition. Ladies and gentlemen, the pollution, the carbon dioxide and monoxide in our air that are caused by the gasoline and fossil fuels is a major contributor to the greenhouse effect, global warming, and extreme climate change, which are the few factors that can cause forest fire. So to help and deal with this problem is to subtract the usage of private transportation and shift to public or shared transportation more. Also, always raise the awareness about our forest fire to the society, whether it's locally or globally, through social media and other platforms. Then, help reduce the emission of CO2 in our air is by planting more trees. Trees and other plants absorb carbon dioxide and give off oxygen. A single tree will absorb approximately 1 ton of carbon dioxide during its lifetime. So don't be afraid to get your hands dirty and just start digging. So students and future generations that are still hope for us to make this world better again. Like Margaret Mead once said, thoughtful and committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it is the only thing that ever has. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Faiza Zahra Samarinda. Right. Faiza munduran. Cantiknya kelewatan. Sayang. Ayo sini ya, siap ya? Sudah siap mendengar pertanyaan dari judge?
Yes.
Iya. Kalau ngerayu bahasa Inggris gimana sih? Your father is not my father ya? Tahu.
How do you know?
Makasih loh. Oke, silakan Judge Justin.
Yes.
Your turn.
Well done, Pfizer. I like your British accent. A metal straw. Now, this is a difficult question to answer.
Okay, I will try to answer.
You've talked about the loss of natural environments, especially in Borneo, your home island. Why is it important to protect orangutans?
Because orangutan is an indigenous forest in Indonesia, and it has helped the science I'm sorry. It helps a lot in science studies, you know, about animals and even human forms. It helps a lot in any form that you can imagine. And it can orangutans, without orangutans, our future generation cannot know about this very animal. And it will just be a waste if orangutans are extinct. So it's very, very important to save the animals in Indonesia, because it will be our future generations yes, lost to the studies and other forms in life.
Absolutely, yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Alright, thank you for the question, Justin Roberts. Ya, kamu menjawab dengan cukup bagus. Imagine Dragon. Tahu lagunya? Oke, high five dulu ya. Oke, good luck. Semoga kamu menang ya. Silakan kembali ke tempat.
Animations like Frozen or Moana. But I want you to raise your hands with me if you have watched or at least heard about one movie in particular, Wall-E. In that movie, humans needed to go to outer space because Earth is becoming too inhabitable due to trash and pollution. Now just imagine yourself becoming a character in that movie. Not as the humans that escape Earth in these giant spacecraft with the conveniences of jungle every day. Although I love that really, but as Wall-E. And instead of the plot being set in a very distant future, it is now. Ladies and gentlemen, honorable judges and audiences, my name is Chasi, and I'm from the 5th Senior High School Surabaya. And I've come all the way here not to give you blatant optimism of a perfect green world, not to tell you the story of a fairy tale with a happily ever after ending for our Mother Earth, but to tell you an ultimate truth. One about our Mother Nature and her sorrows. Ladies and gentlemen, when you drive your car, the engine burns fuel, which in turn creates CO2. When you use electricity, the production of the electricity burns coal, which also creates CO2. And when you buy food and goods at the groceries, the production of those food and goods also creates CO2. Now, these activities result in what is called carbon footprint. Do you know that on average, an Indonesian person can emit up to 1.2 metric tons of carbon footprint every single year? Now, this tells us that every day, we're only worsening the impacts of the greenhouse effect and global warming. Youth, I believe, should take charge to lead this world to become a more sustainable one. Or else, we'll end up with a world just like in the movie Wall-E. Only this time, there doesn't seem to be a giant spaceship. So, you might think that, and you're not entirely wrong, because as of this moment, it is what it is, a motor. But let me tell you that a sustainable lifestyle is not even that hard to be. It is very easy. I don't need to lecture you, but let me tell you what my friends and I have done. Things that you can imitate. We start making small changes to our lifestyle. Things that might not seem much in hindsight, but can surely contribute in the overall green movement. For instance, we now bring our own tools when going to the school's cafeteria. Instead of using those plastic packaging, we now bring our own lunch boxes. And instead of using those plastic straws, we now bring our own stainless ones. And my school also has this Save Energy campaign, which, to be honest, we hated at first, but now get used to it as now we realize its noble purpose. If you're wondering why we hated it, it's because this initiative requires us to turn off the electricity from around 6 early in the morning to about 10. I talk the talk and walk the walk. I created this system called the Symmetry Farm. It was initially a project that I and my science research team at school had to tackle the problem of space and to use the most out of it, essentially. And what we came up with was an integrated farming system that allows its users to produce fish, eggs, and vegetables at the same exact meter square at the same exact time. This system is also a system that uses a hybrid farming system, which means that it requires 70% less water compared to conventional farming. You can say that it's similar to that of hydroponics, only this time you can produce up to 3 commodities instead of just one. So it also makes more economic value. As you can see, the things that we do are not big things, they are small things, only with a hint and spark of our creativity and own innovation. But can you imagine just the scale of impact that we can create if only every person is willing to make those structured steps to reach a sustainable lifestyle? A wise man said that the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. And now, what is your first step? I am Rasi. Thank you.
Rapsi Azam Hibatul Anwar, SMA Negeri 5 Surabaya. Alright, sekarang kita akan mendengarkan pertanyaan dari Jaman Juri. Tessa, your turn please.
Interesting, thank you, Asi. You mentioned a hydroponic system, something similar to what that you've built. Could you tell us a little bit more information about that? It sounded interesting.
Yes, thank you. That is a very interesting question. So, actually, to answer this question, I would like to return a bit to about 2 to 3 years ago. So, around that time, if you are to ask my friend, what are the 2 things that Ramsey is very fond about? Number 1 is science, number 2 is robotics. So, at that time, I actually had this project that is actually a combined effort between my science team and my robotics team. So it was initially a farming plant watching system. So it uses sensors like humidity sensors, timers, and also light sensors. So it evolved to a big research actually. So at that time, around 2 years ago, I brought this into an Asia Pacific conference for young scientists in India. Fortunately, it won a bronze medal there. And after that project finished, I then go to this new project, which actually uses the same system because it uses robotics and programming. And what happens was I figured out that hydroponics is very interesting, but then it can only produce vegetables. And if you've heard about aquaponics, it also produces fish, but it is only limited to fish and vegetables. So I tried to create something new. So I created this hybrid farming system. I actually created 2 prototypes of it. One is now implemented in my school, and one is in my house. The one at school uses this three producers: fish, vegetable, and eggs. But the one in my house, even until now, I still make experimentations with it. The one in my house, to this day, can actually produce with the addition of shrimp and rice. So that system is the hybrid farming system. So we stack up the fish in the bottom, then there's this vegetables, and then chickens, and then here's the shrimp and rice.
Wow, cool.
Even the beauty of our motherland have been consumed by plastic waste.
Now maybe all of you are probably thinking, but there are lots of people who have taken action.
But ladies and gentlemen, none of those will be enough if we as millennials didn't take part in it. But before that, let's talk about the situation. Some of us are still ignorant. Ignorance has been due to lack of education about the environment. But there's a way to fix it. How? Students can join an environmental care community, where the school can help the student to join it by having a partnership with the community. For example, it can be a form of garbage bag. Though, the community can help the school in educating the student about reuse, reduce, and recycle. And for the garbage bag, the student can gain a profit by selling the garbage. Thus, this will grow an interest in students to do the 3R activities as well as to join the community. Because ladies and gentlemen, community is about our social circle. When we join it, our social circle will be surrounded with people who care about the environment, and it will make us to do the same. And in my experience, I joined a community called Maludong Community, where it doesn't only give education about environment, but also act on it, like cleaning the beach every Sunday. And it's one of the most followed community on Instagram. Now after that, the next step is that we must act. And ladies and gentlemen, actually our actions is like a level in a survival game. It's not from basic to advanced level, but it's very simple when even colors your penny, and there are only 2 levels. Level 1, do not litter. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've done this, congratulations, you passed level 1. If some of you still have this mindset like, oh, it's just one plastic, it doesn't matter, please change that. Imagine Imagine if one student in every province of Indonesia litters one plastic a day, and then let's just multiply it for a year. Then those litters will become part of the trash, right? So every litter counts. And then level 2, the advanced level is that we can be the catalyst for a change. It means not only we know and we can do it, but also we can convince others to do so. So hey, millennials, we can use our voice to bring more awareness besides being a good role model. Because we have the ultimate power called social media. People use social media every day. So when you've done something to make environment better, post it on social media. No need to feel ashamed. Even just a simple thing, like when you do the 3R activities. Or also, you can challenge yourself to not use plastic for a day or even a month, and then post it on social media. Next is use environmental hashtag. Let's make it viral, guys. Come on. We know virality is a key nowadays. So if there's 10 years challenge, then let's make safe environment to the fittest challenge. By making it viral, it means you challenge others to do the same things as you. So ladies and gentlemen, the thing is, you and I can't expect other people to take action. It starts from ourselves. Indonesia is in your hand now. And for the youth, remember, you are not just a student. You are millennials. And it means you can do anything. Even the hand again say, in a gentle way, you can shake the rope. So, ladies and gentlemen, do you want to make a clean Indonesia with me? Let's go viral. Thank you.
Kathleen Priscilla Putri Maharani Denpasar. Tepuk tangan sekali lagi ya. Good. Wow, bagus sekali yang kamu sampaikan ya. Sekarang kita akan lihat bagaimana Dewan Juri memberikan pertanyaan pada kamu dan sesungguhnya kemampuan kamu diuji di sini. Oke, Michael Miller, please.
Yes, you raised some very good points about raising awareness and what we can do on an individual level to try and save the planet and save Indonesia, make it a cleaner place. Once our rubbish, if we dispose of our rubbish correctly in our homes, do you find that it is then out of our control once the rubbish is collected from our houses? Could the government perhaps be doing more to be more responsible with what they do with the waste?
Okay, so it's about the government.
Yeah, waste disposal, waste removal and disposal. So once the rubbish has been collected from our houses and where we work, could the government then be more responsible of disposing of it rather than it just being burnt, things like that?
Okay, well, the thing is that the government can do is that because the government have to authorize. So actually the government can make a regulation. Is that where the government said, we are not allowed to use plastic. For example, in my place, Bali, the government already made a regulation where we cannot use plastic anymore. So when we go to the grocery, we need to bring our own tote bag, and we need to bring our own food container. And that's why the government can make that. So as we the individuals, as the citizens, we can also follow the regulation itself, and we can also be a good citizen itself. So we can also reduce the plastic itself. Thank you.
Yeah, excellent response. Thank you.
Alright, thank you guys. Michael Miller. Tepuk tangan untuk judge kita. Luar biasa sekali ya jawabannya berarti ya dari kota ini, dari Jakarta. Berasal dari sekolah Dian Harapan Daan Mogot. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Lauretia Kaylin Christopher.
Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for allowing me to deliver my speech about what can we do as students or future generation to make Indonesia cleaner and greener. I'm positive we've all had our fair share of being lectured about the environment in our country, whether it's from school or posters we've seen on the streets. That's why I'm going to explain. Why is this a problem? What will happen if this keeps going on? And what can we do as a future generation to help make it better? According to a survey of expatriates living in Asia, Indonesia is regarded as one of the dirtiest countries in Asia. And did you all know, Indonesia is second place as the world's largest contributor to plastic pollution. From 1.15 until 2.41 million tons of plastic waste contaminate the oceans each year. Of this, Indonesia is estimated to have contributed 200,000 tons of waste from its rivers and streams. If we try to look up on the internet, trash in Indonesia, we can see pictures of thousands of piles of trash in our country every single day. This is already proof enough of how badly damaged our country is. And this is only land pollution. Right now, Jakarta citizens are complaining over the excessive amounts of air pollution in the city. They even dare to sue the president and government officials, demanding to revise air pollution controls and tighten national air quality standards. Yes, the condition is already that bad. What about water pollution? According to IndonesianInvestments.com, although Indonesia holds 60% of the world's freshwater resources, the quality of the public pipe water is inadequate due to the contamination from E. coli, fecal coliforms, and other pathogens. Roughly 80% of the population lacks access to pipe water. Therefore, they have to rely on river water for drinking, bathing, and washing their clothes. We all know the quality of our river waters are not that up to standards. What will happen if this keeps going on, my beloved audience? Yes, our country will take one more step towards its own downfall. And I tell you that Indonesia has a lot of advantages. We have the natural resources, we have the people, we have our culture. Are we going to let them all be destroyed just because of our immature deeds? The government has done a lot for us. 3 in 1, planting trees near the streets to help secure oxygen. And what are we doing? Just sitting down here and waiting for something to happen? We are the people, the nation, and we must clean up after our own messes. Then again, I did say most of us here are still young, inexperienced. There are a lot of incapabilities that we have. But that does not mean we'll just have to sit, watch, and wait. We can do something as students. If we expect a great change, we must start from within. Try by doing something simple, decreasing the amount of trash from our daily lives, such as making use of the things we don't need anymore. And also, reducing the amount of non-degradable materials, such as bringing our own bags to supermarkets for once, reducing plastic bag usage. And the most important thing is to try not to be lazy, to throw away the trash where they're supposed to be thrown. Other than that, we can also produce things that might persuade other people. Those who have talent in writing, you can write essays and blogs about the environment. Those who have talent in drawing, you can make posters and murals about it. Those who have talent in music, you can write music, songs, and perform them so people will know more about the message you want to give. Overall, Indonesia is a beautiful country filled with resources and diversity. But a lot of people out there still don't see that because they only see the bad thing of our country. Trash that's destroying our country's beauty. We must learn to love Indonesia more. People who are hearing me, let us together change our bad habits from our daily lives and also persuade others using our talents, what we've got, and our knowledge so people will know how Indonesia is in dire need of a change to become cleaner and greener. Let me close this speech with a quote from Franklin D. Roosevelt. He once said, "A nation that destroys its soils destroys itself. Forests are the lungs of our land, purifying the air and giving fresh strength to our people." Thank you.
Laurencia Kelly Christopher dari Sekolah Dian Harapan dan Bogor. Tepuk tangan sekali lagi teman-teman. Good. Nice. Sekarang pertanyaan dari Judge. Sudah siap kamu mendengar pertanyaan dan mempersiapkan jawabannya ya? Please, Justin, your turn.
Thank you, Florentia. And I agree with you. Indonesia is such a beautiful country. It's a shame that there's so much trash and litter everywhere. Last week I was in Singapore and it's spotless. And there's no reason why Jakarta shouldn't be as clean. So I want you to tell me what you think could be done to prevent people from throwing their litter into the streets or on the pavements.
Well, from what I have experienced 16 years living in Indonesia, especially in Jakarta, there are a lot of procedures and also rules to prevent people from littering in our country. But still, a lot of people don't seem to be persuaded to throw the trash where they're supposed to be and not litter. So what I can provide as a solution is that we have to start from ourselves. Maybe as a student, as a young person, I can give an example to all my friends out there how I, as an Indonesian citizen, am going to make my country become maybe as spotless as Singapore by persuading them, like what I said, using my talents. I love drawing. I can make posters how we should take care of our Indonesia more. And also, I will also do what I can. For example, throwing the trash where they're supposed to be and reducing the amount of non-durable materials from my life.
Okay, good. Thank you very much.
Alright, thank you Justin. Luar biasa sekali. Kamu pintar menggambar. Bisa ya? Oke, kamu bisa menggunakan itu untuk memberikan gambaran kepada teman-teman bahwa kalau sampah mau dipromoin ada. Oke, Instagram aku @rezarazon, by the way, kalau mau ngasih job boleh. Lanjut. Ya, aku bukan cuma ganteng loh, aku lucu. Kita sekarang beranjak ke vocational